I welcome you to this edition of I Am, where it's all about marriage. Like I often say, marriage is like a big book with several chapters in it. And today, the chapter we'll be opening has to do with education. We are going to consider the parenting aspect of marriage, where parents have to make decisions about the education of their children. And with me today is an educational juggernaut. You are welcome to the occasion, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Iaam.
Thank you very much. For how long have you been in the education sector?
22 years.
22 straight years. That must count for something. Can you give us some schools you've been privileged to work with?
Okay, I didn't plan to go into education. I actually made the decision on the spur of the moment because my banking job then was disturbing me from seeing my daughter as much as I would have loved to. Because I got home 12 midnight one day and
Please, let me quickly interject into that. Can you hear her? It's good to make money. We know money is important. Money makes life comfortable. However, human relationship is much more important. She's into banking job, but the banking job doesn't allow her time with her daughter, and she had to rethink. Please, parents, whatever you are doing that robs you of qualitative time with your children should be reconsidered, because the child you did not take care of today will sell off everything you invested your time into in the future. Please continue.
Okay, so after leaving the bank, I had to, because I didn't have anything planned, so I started baking. And then along the line, I said, okay, if I go into education, it will allow me time to see my daughter. So I had to go back to school to get my postgraduate degree in education.
Please let me interject into that once again. So she was not only married, she was already a mother by the time she went back to school. That should tell you there is no phase of life at which you cannot see self-development. You can always improve on yourself whenever you want to. Don't say it's too late because you are married. Don't say it's too late because you are already a parent. You keep working on yourself as many times as you need to. Please continue.
Okay, so the first school I taught in is somewhere around Allen. It's called Tender Cradle. I was there for a couple of years, and then I had to move on because I attended so many trainings on my own. So I felt I was better than where I was. So I moved to Lara Day on Adeni Jones. And incidentally, that's where all of my children passed out from.
Wow.
So that decision to make them go to that school afforded me the opportunity to be with them in the morning and then after school. Because we go to school together in the morning and then we're coming back together. So I spent 10 years in the classroom, and then because I was trained by the school and I kept training myself, I felt, okay, the time is now ripe for me to move from the classroom into the admin section of education. So I left, and then the first school I headed was Distinct Stars at Magodo.
Please let me interrupt you. So there is this wise saying that if wishes were horses, the beggar too will ride. It's not enough for you to just think that because you've contributed this number of years into an organization, they would automatically promote you. If you don't keep evolving and adding value, the promotion will keep skipping you. She moved from the classroom to heading a old school because she chose to continually develop and work on herself. So if you think that where you are is not where you want to end your career, then you need to keep working on yourself, improving your value, improving your knowledge base, so that you can be qualified for the position you are looking at. Continue, please.
So after Dixon Stars, I moved to a school in Egbeda, Sharon Montessori School, which was totally different from what I was used to because I'd never headed a Montessori school, so I had to go back to school again.
You went back to school again?
Yes, I had to go back to school.
Wow. After your own children have already graduated from primary school, all of them. Wow.
I had to go back to school again because what I learned was the trainings that I had gained was on EYFS,
Okay.
early years foundation stage,
Okay.
which is totally different from Montessori. So there's no point in heading a place where you don't even understand what you are doing. So I had to go back to school.
Wow.
And then from there, I moved to Mastersville at Ajao Estate.
Okay.
And when the waking up early and closing late was becoming too much for me, I had to come back close to the house.
Okay.
And that was where I
You
left.
retired
Yeah.
from. Wow. Wow. That's quite inspiring. So, having been taught along the old syllabus of education and now the new syllabus of education, you are in a good position to enlighten us about what to consider as parents when we are making school choices for our children. And I'm going to start from the starter stage of schooling.
Okay.
All these creche, kindergarten schools. I noticed that when we go to schools to make inquiries, there is always somebody at the front desk representing the
The
school.
school, yeah.
And every question is directed at that person. So when you want to make inquiries as a parent whose child is coming into starter school, the creche, the kindergarten, what questions should you ask the front desk person?
First of all, my take is the front desk person is not qualified to answer parents.
Wow.
Yes, she's not in
Hope
the
you are
best
listening.
position to answer parents. And then another mistake parents make is you want to put your child in a new school. You are going to that school to make inquiries during the holidays. You won't get anything.
Wow.
So the best time to go on a visit to the school you are planning to put your child or children in is when the school is in session.
Wow.
You would see everything.
Can you hear experience talking?
You would see everything.
Wow.
It's going to be difficult for the school or the staff to hide anything. But when you go during the holidays, most schools will not allow you to go into the classrooms.
Wow.
You will not see their teachers teaching and a whole lot of things. So
Will
it's
be missed out on.
yes, it's best. And then when you go school hunting like that, after speaking to the front desk personnel, you have every right to say that you want to see the head of school, you want to go into the classrooms to see how teaching is done, you want to see the toilets, which is very, very important.
You check for their toilets.
Yes,
You speak
very
to the
important.
head of school.
Yes.
You want to see the classroom.
Yes.
And it's better you go during the time
During-
when the school is in session
Yes, yes.
to see
To see.
tangibly what is
Because
happening.
you
Okay.
catch them unawares doing something that they won't know that a parent is coming in to check. And then another thing parents should check is the play facility.
Wow.
How
the
safe?
play facility.
Yes, how safe
How
is it?
safe?
We have a lot of a lot of toys on the playground that are not safe for children.
Wow.
I see schools that have
Please let me interrupt you. And this is a serious point. Many parents are carried away with the number of toys they can find in schools. They believe that the more the toys, the happier the children will be. But here is she talking that some toys are not safe for the children, probably because of their age range. Wow.
and then what's the point of having toys in school that are not using to teach the children?
Wow.
EYFS is everything around a child you can use to teach. I remember when I was going to teach my first child about money, because most children have challenges with these topics in math. Money, time, long division.
Wow.
It's always a constant.
This experience talking.
Always a constant. So when I was going to teach her about money, I'd spoken all the English I knew. So I just remember that, look, I've gone for several trainings, and one thing they would always tell you is when a child sees what you're teaching in the practical side, that child will not forget. So I just put all my English aside and now switched to Yoruba to her. I told her, if you go outside to go and buy sweet from our Megad, you give him this amount, you pick so sweet, how much would he give you back? That was how she learned.
Practicalized
Yes.
it.
So there's no point in having
Toys
Toys
that cannot
that-
impart knowledge.
And then a lot of parents don't know that even when you're playing with a child, you can teach the child. There's what I always do in every school that I've gone to head. I just go into the classroom and I watch the teacher teaching. If you are not getting it right, I don't interrupt your class. I just leave a note for you on your table and then I walk away. When I come back again and you're still doing the same old thing, I take over that class and I teach.
Wow.
Because when you're a teacher, you don't stop teaching. You continue to teach. You just love teaching. I can use sand to teach children. I can use water. I can even these chairs here. There's nothing you can't use to teach.
So that takes us to the older children. Children in their primary school, primary 1 through 6. So what are the questions a parent should ask? Because we can't assume that all parents would insist that their children continue in the school where they had their kindergarten education. Some take their children away from that school to a different school and things like that. So for a child that is coming into a school for primary education, what do you ask the front desk person or whoever you want to ask?
Basically the same thing, but you now go a step further to ask about their academic standard. Every parent has a right to ask, I want to see what the grades of the children are like. I don't believe in giving position to children, no. Because everybody's strength is different. So when you
Please let me interrupt you there. She said she doesn't believe in giving positions to the children because every child's area of strength differs. This is to sound a note of caution to parents that compare their children with other people's children. Is this person not your mate? Does this person have 2 heads? Why did the person score 80 in maths and you have to score 65? Maths might not be the area of strength of your child.
Yes.
So if she comes in or he comes in with a position, don't pay much attention to the position. Look through the subjects. Please continue.
What I have done over the years, I look at the report. I look at the area where my child did well. And then I've realized that in some schools where they're hyping the child, he has a good result. But me as a parent, I know the capability of my child. So even if the school is saying, oh, she has done well, I know that that's not it.
Let me interrupt you again. This shows that the reason why she left the banking sector to pay attention to her children actually paid off.
Yeah.
How can an absentee parent know the capability of his or her child? So she spends time with them to know their area of strength and weaknesses regardless of what the report says. Yeah. So it's not only enough to provide money and to be at home, be involved in the lives of your children.
And then parents should please, your focus is your child, not the other children in the class. So when
your focus
is your child,
not the other children in the class.
For example, something happened in my last child's school. She got a D7 in English, and she came first. And I'm like,
what?
This
D7
is not acceptable.
And you came first.
I had to go to the school. The mistake I made was I've been noticing that the school is not so sound in English from when she was in junior school. And then when I rubbed minds with her older sister, no, mommy, they will pick up, they will this, they will that. So I allowed them have their way. And in every school that my children have attended, I don't let the school authorities know that I know anything about education. I don't tell them. So that when they're doing something that is not right,
they will not pretend around you.
Yes. So I don't tell them. But this time around, I didn't even see the teacher concerned because there was a time I spoke to her, and from her response, she didn't know what she was doing. How can you tell me that, okay, this set, they have challenges in English, blah, 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 blah.
That's why you are there as the teacher.
So what is the solution you are bringing to the table? And she told me, I'll see what happens in the next term. I left her office and I went to the principal.
So what happens this term if you are waiting till next time to get
As
things
far as I'm
done?
concerned, she didn't know what she was doing. She said she has been marking WAEC. I was so upset, I had to tell her, marking WAEC script does not mean that you are qualified to teach the
That's
subject.
correct.
Because when you are marking for WAEC, they
There's a-
give you what you have to look
A
out for.
guideline, yeah.
It doesn't mean you know what you're doing. So I went to tell the principal, I said, look, my other children left from the sister school of this one, even though it's outside Lagos. So I know when things are not right. If you people are not going to sort this out, I will take it up myself. I will face my child and teach her myself. My own area of strength is English. Her father is math and all those whatever.
What a compliment.
So I don't even, when it comes to further math, I don't bother myself. But when it comes to English, creative writing, so I told her, this holiday, I'm going to teach you. This holiday, the teacher that taught your sisters in SS3 in their secondary school will teach you online.
Wow.
And that's what we're doing.
Wow. That's quite impressive. So I would want to find out, for a student that is resuming into a new school, how does a parent prepare them emotionally and probably socially for where they are going?
You talk to them. A lot of parents are missing it. Toys will not take the place of parenting. All the latest gadgets will not take the place of... In my house, my children don't get a phone until they're in senior secondary.
Wow.
You don't get a phone. Even if you have assignments that you have to go on the internet, you use my phone.
Wow.
But once you get to senior secondary, you can't have a phone. So, a lot of...
Pardon me, please. That means because you have the resources or you have the money to provide it, doesn't necessarily mean that you should provide it at that particular time if the time is not right. So you do the right things for your children at the right time. Okay.
Even if the time is right, sometimes deny your children. Let them know that it's not all rosy, that there's another flip side to life, that there are some other children...
So that they don't develop a sense of entitlement.
Yes, even if you can afford something and they ask you, just delay gratification, so to speak. So you talk to them, you create a bond. And like I always tell my children, when the outside world is getting too hot to handle, no matter how old you are, come back to your mother.
Wow.
You will never be too old to be my child.
Are you listening? She was already instilling it in her children that they can always come back.
Yeah.
The cases of suicide when students perform woefully academically is on the rise because many students are afraid of their parents. They are scared of the reaction they will meet at home. You have to make the home front conducive for your child. The society out there can't be difficult and the home
is...
being difficult at the same time. Wow.
The bottom line is be the friend, be a friend to
Be
your
a friend
child.
to your child.
It is not every time your child misbehaves that you shout. Sometimes you just ignore. Just ignore and then let it slide. Maybe much later you now bring it up.
So lastly, Ma, what should a parent look out for in their child to be able to judge whether the child is adjusting well academically and socially in that new school?
If you're a handsome parent, you would notice that something is not right. I don't allow my children to stay alone for too long. You can't go and lock yourself up in the room. You have to talk. We play. I clown around a lot. And it doesn't mean that there are no boundaries.
So be a parent your children can play with.
Yeah.
Be a parent. Don't only be there for correction and discipline. Be a friend.
Yeah. For example, my last child calls me my name. It's not that she doesn't respect me, but it's that bond that we have. And then sometimes when I'm doing what she does not like, you hear her go, Bimbo, what's the meaning of this now? Which parole is this? But she will not address me like that outside. Or when people are there.
Wow. So the boundaries are defined.
Yes, she knows that, look, when we're home, you can be friends with your mom and say how it is, but you don't have to be rude.
Wow.
You say your mind, You don't let people look down on you, but don't be rude.
Wow. So from your children's behavior and body language, you can pick what is happening socially in school.
Yeah.
And from being a hands-on parent where you check their performances, you can pick how they are doing academically. Thank you very much. I learned so much from this, and I know that the people watching also learned a lot. And till we'll come your way again with the next edition, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.